Good morning, everyone. In this video lesson, we are going to study about super heterodyne AM receivers. The various outcomes of this lesson are: we will study in detail about principles of heterodyning, what are the benefits of super heterodyning, block diagram of super heterodyne AM receiver. We can know the principle of operation of super heterodyne receiver, the functions of each block in super heterodyne receiver we will be studying in detail. What is image frequency and its rejection ratio? To know the advantages of super heterodyne receiver. To know the applications of super heterodyne receiver. So these are all the various outcomes which we are going to study in detail in this video lesson. We studied the characteristics of radio receivers in the previous topic. The main important characteristics of the radio receiver are the sensitivity. It is the ability of the radio receiver to amplify the weak signals. It is the minimum voltage that we can apply it at the input of the radio receiver to get a standard output. The next characteristics is the selectivity. It is the ability of the radio receiver to pick up the wanted signal and to reject the unwanted signal. That means it has to select the wanted signal and attenuate the nearby adjacent signals. Fidelity, it is also one of the important characteristics of the radio receiver. It is defined as how much the frequency components are faithfully reproduced at the output of the receiver. So it is the ability of the radio receiver to reproduce all the frequency components present in the message signal faithfully, so that we will be getting the message signal reproduced properly. And we also studied a crystal receiver in detail. Based on the technique of operation, receivers are classified into two categories. The first one is the straight receiver. The second one is the super heterodyne receiver. Straight receiver means which operates in a straightforward manner without frequency conversion. Crystal receiver and tuned radio frequency receiver falls under this category. Crystal receiver consists of a crystal diode. It operates in straightforward manner without any frequency conversion. Hence, it is called as a straight receiver. It performs all the basic functions of a receiver, such as reception, selection, detection, and reproduction of the message. The receiving antenna is used to pick up the electromagnetic energy radiated by the transmitter. When the electromagnetic waves strike the receiving antenna, an EMF is induced into the antenna. The tuned circuit is used to select the desired signal. The capacitance value of the tuned circuit is varied to select the desired signal, so that the resonant frequency of the tuned circuit is made equal to the desired signal frequency. The selected signal is given as input to the crystal diode. This diode demodulates the carrier to get back the original message signal. Headphones are used to convert the electrical signal into sound. The advantage of crystal receiver is it is very simple. The disadvantage is poor selectivity, poor sensitivity. Selectivity and sensitivity can be improved in the next version of the receiver, straight receiver, that is the tuned radio frequency receiver. This is also a straight receiver in which the incoming signal is first amplified in one or more tuned RF amplifier stages. This increases the magnitude of the signal and hence improves the sensitivity of the receiver. The amplified signal is fed to the detector and finally applied to the audio amplifier, power amplifier to raise the signal voltage level and power level of the message signal. The message signal after power amplification is fed to the loudspeaker to get back the original message. The main advantages of the TRF receiver are its simple operation, excellent for fixed frequency receptions, few adjustments, alignments, and less complex circuit, improved selectivity compared to crystal receivers, improved sensitivity. But all these parameters are not up to the required level. There may be bandwidth variations, the signal strength, there may be the fading effect. We want more sensitivity, selectivity. Hence, we are going to study about heterodyne receivers. We call it as a super heterodyne receiver. It is the most sophisticated receiver nowadays we are using in almost all receivers. In super heterodyne receiver, the incoming RF signal is converted to standard intermediate frequency signal, that is IF signal, before detection takes place. This is done with the help of the mixer or frequency converter. Now let us see what is heterodyning and super heterodyning. The referent frequency of Fs and F0 is known as the intermediate frequency. So Fs is the incoming signal frequency and F0 is the local oscillator frequency, and we are mixing Fs and F0 in the mixer. So a constant frequency difference is maintained. So when the two frequencies are mixed, F0 and Fs are mixed, we will be getting the two output frequencies known as sum frequency and the difference frequency. Sum frequency is F0 plus Fs and the difference frequency is F0 minus Fs. This different frequency is called as intermediate frequency and it is used in the heterodyning process. Heterodyning is basically mixing of RF signal and local oscillator signal. RF signal is Fs and local oscillator signal is F0. And we are getting the different signal that is called as intermediate frequency signal. If IF falls in the audio range, that is 20 kilohertz, the frequency conversion process is known as heterodyning. If IF is in the range greater than 20 kilohertz, the frequency conversion process is known as super heterodyning. So we are going to get a IF value 455 kilohertz in case of AM receivers. That is why we call it as a super heterodyne receiver. In super heterodyne receiver, a constant frequency difference is maintained between incoming signal frequency and local oscillator frequency. That means when Fs is mixed with F0, F0 minus Fs is always a constant value. Irrespective of the incoming signal frequency, we always get a constant value. That is why it is called as a super heterodyne or receivers. Principle of heterodyning. In the process of heterodyning, two high frequency signals are mixed, but only the difference frequency signal is selected. What are the two high frequencies? One is the incoming signal frequency Fs, and the second one is the local oscillator frequency F0. When these two are mixed up, we will be getting a different frequency selected. F0 minus Fs is selected. That is always a constant irrespective of Fs. When two waves are mixed up in a nonlinear device, the resulting wave contains two original frequencies plus frequency equal to their sum and the difference along with the other harmonics. When F0 is mixed with Fs, where F0 is the local oscillator frequency and Fs is the incoming signal frequency. In a nonlinear device, we can use it as a mixer. When they are combined, we will be getting some frequency F0 plus Fs, the difference frequency F0 minus Fs, along with the other harmonics also generated. Multiple of the frequencies, other harmonics are also produced by the nonlinear device. We are interested only in the difference frequency, that too a constant frequency. The process of heterodyning can be explained with the help of the diagram shown here. Practically all radio receivers today are super heterodyne. The basic disadvantage of TRF receiver is its varying amplification and selectivity. This problem would not exist if one simple frequencies were always to be received, because of the receiver could be designed to have maximum amplification and good selectivity at that frequency, while the super heterodyne receiver system is more complicated than TRF. The ability to operate satisfactorily on any frequency with a constant value of selectivity and good sensitivity makes it highly desirable. So heterodyne means mixing. In super heterodyne, we are mixing the two signals. In super heterodyne receiver, the incoming signal is combined. That input signal, it is combined with the local oscillator signal. Local oscillator frequency is F0. Incoming signal frequency is Fs. Combined and converted into a signal of lower fixed frequency. This output signal is a lower fixed frequency. Whatever may be the incoming signal frequency, the difference between local oscillator and the incoming signal frequency is always a constant IF value. So we call this mixer as the multiplier. When the input signal is tuned, local oscillator is also simultaneously tuned to a value higher than the IF value. That means, for example, if input signal is tuned to 600 kilohertz, the local oscillator will be tuned to 600 plus 455 kilohertz. The difference is 455 kilohertz. For example, I want to pick up a signal, a channel 1000 kilohertz. We are tuning it to 1000 kilohertz. Local oscillator is also simultaneously tuned to 1000 plus 455 kilohertz. The difference is always 1000 plus 455 kilohertz minus 1000 kilohertz is always 455 kilohertz. So we are getting the constant frequency difference at the output. That constant frequency difference, we will be calling it as the fixed frequency intermediate frequency. The fixed frequency signal is the intermediate frequency signal and contains the same modulation as the original carrier. So here, whatever message signal is there on the incoming signal, that is placed on the intermediate frequency. So this heterodyning is nothing but placing the message signal received on an RF frequency onto an IF frequency. So the frequency translation is done. Thus, the heterodyne process involves a simple change or translation of carrier frequency. The meaning is the messages which are there on incoming signal Fs are placed onto IF frequency here. In case of AM, it is 455 kilohertz. Whereas in case of FM receivers, it is 10.7 megahertz. So what is heterodyning? It is nothing but mixing. In super heterodyne receiver, the incoming signal is combined with the local oscillator signal and converted into a signal of lower fixed frequency. The fixed frequency signal is the intermediate frequency signal and contains the same modulation as the original carrier. Thus, the heterodyne process involves a simple change or translation of carrier frequency. We will be studying in detail about the process of super heterodyning with the help of this diagram. We have the mixer. This is the incoming signal. It is an amplitude modulated signal. Let me call it as F1. The frequency of the received signal is F1 or Fs. And we need to generate a local oscillator signal F2 or F0. These two are mixed up in the mixer. Mixer is nothing but a nonlinear device. So what is happening here? This amplitude message signal envelope is the message signal. So this is the RF signal. RF signal is mixed with the local oscillators. These two are higher frequencies. So mixer produces two frequencies known as the sum frequency F1 plus F2, the difference frequency F2 minus F1. We always see that the local oscillator frequency is higher than the incoming signal frequency by an IF value, so that the difference is always the IF value. That means F2 is nothing but F1 plus 455 kilohertz. So here we are making use of gang tuning such that when the incoming signal is tuned to F1, the local oscillator is simultaneously tuned to F1 plus IF value, so that the difference is always the IF value. So this frequency we call it as a beat frequency. This we call it as an intermediate frequency, F2 minus F1. That means the modulated signal, the message which is there on the incoming signal frequency is placed onto the IF frequency. So the difference frequency retains the message signal. So this message signal is there, the envelope is there on the IF value. So the frequency translation is done. Suppose the carrier signal of the frequency is heterodyned with the local oscillator frequency F0, then we are getting two additional signals at the output of the mixer. If this is F0 Fs and if this is F0, then we are getting F0 plus Fs, the sum component, F0 minus Fs, the difference component. Some component is removed by the bandpass filter. The difference frequency is retained and forms the IF frequency in the receivers. The IF frequency of AM receiver is 455 kilohertz and that of the FM receiver is 10.7 megahertz. Suppose in AM, the modulated message signal of the frequency 1500 kilohertz is mixed. Suppose we want to pick up 1500 kilohertz signal. Is mixed with unmodulated carrier of frequency. This is this local oscillator frequency. So when it is tuned to 1500 kilohertz, the local oscillator is simultaneously tuned to 1500 plus 455. That is 1955 kilohertz. Then the following frequencies are formed. One is the sum frequency 1500 plus 1955 kilohertz. So 3455 kilohertz. And the difference is 1955 minus 1500 kilohertz, 455 kilohertz. The higher frequency is generally filtered out and the 455 kilohertz is available as output of the mixer, which is called as the intermediate frequency. We call it as the IFO frequency. Since this frequency is lower than the signal frequency, but still above the range of audio frequencies, so we call it as IF frequency. The intermediate frequency carrier has the same intelligence as the original incoming RF signal, but only the frequency of the carrier is changed. So if the message is on Fs, it is placed on FIF, intermediate frequency. Why do we need a heterodyne process? The disadvantages of the super heterodyne, the disadvantages of the tuned radio frequencies are overcome. What are the disadvantages of the TRS receivers? The design of RF amplifier is more difficult. Non-uniform sensitivity. Selectivity is not good. There are variations in bandwidth over the entire tuning range. Insufficient adjacent channel frequency rejection. In order to overcome all these disadvantages, we are making use of the heterodyne process in the super heterodyne receiver. In the super heterodyne receiver, the incoming RF signal is converted into IF frequency. Whatever may be the incoming RF signal, it is converted into IF frequency. Thus, the signal amplification takes place before detection is always accomplished at the same frequency called as IF frequency. So we have always common circuits after mixer irrespective of the channel frequency that is received. Because of all these advantages, we are going for super heterodyne process. What is the super heterodyne process? The incoming signal frequency Fs combined with the local oscillator frequency, and we will be getting a constant frequency difference at the output of the mixer. This constant frequency difference, we call it as a IF frequency. The message which is there on the RF signal is placed onto an IF frequency. So what are the benefits of the heterodyning? Incoming signal frequency is converted into a single convenient frequency by heterodyning the input with another signal called local oscillator signal. Amplification is done at a single frequency rather than at multiple frequencies of different carriers, because we are generating an IF frequency which is always fixed. So we can make use of IF amplifier to amplify the signal. Whatever may be the channel you are receiving, you are always placing that message onto a fixed value of IF, and then that fixed value of IF is amplified by using only one IF amplifier. This results in better selectivity of the receiver. And this is the basic block diagram of a super heterodyne receiver. It consists of a receiving antenna, RF amplifier, mixer, IF amplifier, detector, audio amplifier, and power amplifier, loudspeaker. Mixer is supplied with a local oscillator. These are all the various blocks in the super heterodyne receiver. And there the capacitor, the tuned circuit is there in RF stage, the tuned circuit is there in the mixer, the tuned circuit is there in the local oscillator. All these capacitors in the tuned circuits are ganged together, and we have a common controlled knob. So when it is tuned to a particular channel frequency, the local oscillator is simultaneously tuned to a frequency higher by IF value than the incoming signal frequency. That means if this RF stage is tuned to Fs and local oscillator is tuned to F0, which is equal to Fs plus 455 kilohertz in case of AM. That 455 kilohertz is called IF frequency. When we take the difference is always the IF value. That process, super heterodyne process, is adopted in the super heterodyne receiver. So in super heterodyne receiver, the incoming signal is combined with the locally generated frequency. The output of the mixer is consisting of intermediate frequency containing the same modulation products as the original carrier. This F0 minus Fs contains the same message signal as that of Fs and is then amplified in the IF amplifier and detected to produce the original message signal. The receiver has the same essential components as in the TRF receiver, in addition to mixer, local oscillator, and IF amplifier. So a constant frequency difference that is F0 minus Fs, which is always a constant value, IF value, is maintained between the local oscillator and the RF input, normally through the capacitive tuning, in which all the capacitors in RF stage, mixer, local oscillator are ganged together and operated by using one controlled knob. The IF amplifier is generally uses 2R. This IF amplifier generally uses 2R, 3 transformers coupled amplifier, each consisting of pair of mutually coupled tuned circuits. With this large number of double tuned circuits operating at a constant, specially chosen IF frequency, the IF amplifier provides most of the gain. It provides most of the gain and bandwidth requirements of the receiver. Since the characteristics of the IF amplifier are independent of the frequency to which the receiver is tuned, the selectivity and sensitivity of the super heterodyne receiver are usually fairly uniform throughout the tuning range and not subject to the variations that affect the TRF receiver. The RF circuits are used mainly to select the wanted frequency and to reject any interference. This is used to select the wanted signal and to reject the interference. Now we'll discuss in detail about each and every block in this super heterodyne receiver. We have a receiving antenna. Receiving antenna is used to receive the electromagnetic waves and convert it into RF signal. This signal voltage is amplified by using RF stage or an RF amplifier. So what is an RF amplifier? This is generally voltage amplifier tuned to the desired frequency. The functions of the RF amplifier are to amplify the incoming signal that is induced into the input of RF amplifier through the antenna, to reject the interference such as image frequency, and to reduce the noise figure of the receiver, to provide better signal to noise ratio. Why we are using RF amplifier? The reasons are we can provide greater gain, better sensitivity, improved signal to noise ratio, improved image frequency rejection, better selectivity, that is improved rejection of adjacent unwanted signals, better coupling of the receiver to the antenna, prevention of radiation of local oscillator through the antenna of the receiver. When there is an RF stage, the local oscillator prevention of radiation through antenna is possible. So because local oscillator only has to mix up with the RF signal. It has not go to an antenna. If there is no RF stage, this local oscillator signal will be radiated through antenna unnecessarily. That is the reason RF amplifier provides us all the advantages. So the function of the RF amplifier is to amplify the incoming signal that is induced into the input of RF amplifier to an antenna, to reject the interference such as image frequency. What is image frequency we'll study, and to reduce the noise and to improve the signal to noise ratio, we are going to make use of the RF amplifier. Then we have the mixer. Mixer is also called as a frequency converter. This consists of local oscillator. It is a local oscillator and a mixer. The local oscillator produces frequency. This local oscillator produces frequency by higher frequency than the incoming signal frequency. Higher value of IF, F0 is always equal to Fs plus IF value. So here we have a gang tuning. If it is tuned to Fs, local oscillator is tuned to Fs plus Fi intermediate frequency. So the local oscillator produces frequency higher by IF value than the incoming signal frequency. For example, if the selected incoming radio frequency signal is 1000 kilohertz here, we want to pick up a message which is there on 1000 kilohertz, then what is happening here? The local oscillator is simultaneously tuned to 1455 kilohertz in case of AM receivers. The selected radio frequency signal and the signal produced by the local oscillator are applied to the mixer. Local oscillator is not providing a constant frequency. Its frequency we are changing as per the incoming signal tune. Suppose incoming signal is tuned to 1000 kilohertz. Local oscillator is simultaneously tuned to 1000 plus 455 kilohertz, higher by an IF value of 455 kilohertz. The mixer produces a frequency equal to the difference between the local oscillator and the incoming radio signal frequency. This local oscillator frequency is F0, incoming signal frequency is Fs. So we will be getting F0 minus Fs. F0 minus Fs is nothing but an IF value, Fi, intermediate frequency. So this is called as the intermediate frequency, and it is 455 kilohertz in case of AM receiver. I repeat, I want to pick up a signal which is there on 1000 kilohertz channel. Tune it to 1000 kilohertz by using gang tuning. When we are tuning it to 1000 kilohertz, the local oscillator is simultaneously tuned to 1000 plus 455 kilohertz. That means local oscillator providing a frequency of 1455 kilohertz. Now mixer generates addition and difference. We are interested only in different frequencies selected by the bandpass filter. This F0 minus Fs is 1455 minus 1000, 455 kilohertz. This is an IF frequency. A constant frequency difference is maintained between the incoming signal frequency and the local oscillator. For example, I want to pick up a signal message which is there on 1100 kilohertz. The local oscillator is again tuned to 1100 plus 455. The difference is always a constant. Whatever may be the incoming signal, it is placed onto an IF frequency. The message frequency translation is done in the mixer. The message which is there on a particular radio channel is placed onto IF frequency. The original message signal components are placed onto the intermediate frequency. The advantage is the next circuits are common, irrespective of the channels, irrespective of the signal which we want to receive. These are the common circuits. IF amplifier stage, the output of the mixer is the IF frequency and it is applied to the IF amplifier. This signal is amplified by a chain of 2 or more fixed frequency amplifiers. The IF amplifier provides most of the gain. We want more gain, we can provide more gain, which is not possible in case of TRF receiver. That is the reason it provides better sensitivity, better selectivity, and provides better bandwidth requirements of the receiver. So IF amplifier provides most of the gain and bandwidth requirements of the receiver. The signal is amplified and then we are demodulating the signal which is there on the IF value. Detector, the next one is the detector or demodulator. The output of the last stage of IF is fed to the detector. The detector recovers the original message signal from the modulated signal which is there on IF value. The detector also supplies DC voltage to RF and IF stages in the form of AGC. So detector is also providing a voltage, a constant voltage that is derived. That voltage we call it as a automatic gain control voltage and it is applied as input to the IF amplifier, mixer, RF stage. It is fed as a negative feedback system so that we will be getting the output constant irrespective of the variations in the incoming signal strength. If there are fluctuations due to fading in the incoming signal strength, the detector output is also varying. In order to provide a constant output, we are making use of automatic gain control with the help of the negative feedback system, which we will discuss in detail about AGC. So output of the detector is a message signal and it is applied to audio amplifier. The message signal recovered is applied to the audio amplifier to get sufficient amplification in the voltage level, and it is also applied to power amplifier. The output of the audio amplifier is given to the power amplifier to raise the power level of the message signal to the sufficient value, and it is finally applied to the loudspeaker. The amplified message signal is fed to the loudspeaker. The loudspeaker reproduces original sound which is transmitted from the transmitter. So what are the advantages of the super heterodyne receiver? Uniform sensitivity, better sensitivity, uniform selectivity over the tuning band, no variations in the bandwidth, sufficient adjacent channel frequency rejection, good fidelity. Because of all these advantages, we are making use of the super heterodyne receiver in almost all applications of communication, right? And this diagram is shown in other way. We have the RF stage, receiving antenna, RF amplifier amplifies the received signal. This signal is mixed with the local oscillator. Intermediate frequency generated Fi, F0 minus Fs, RFC. This signal is amplified and fed to the demodulator. The demodulator provides the message signal, and also a DC voltage is generated. It is applied as input to the previous stages to provide automatic gain control or automatic volume control irrespective of the variations in the incoming signal stream. The output of the demodulator is the message signal. It is applied to the audio amplifier to amplify the voltage level, then applied to the power amplifier to amplify the power level, and finally fed to the loudspeaker to reproduce the sound wave. So this block diagram of super heterodyne receiver is shown with the help of the waveforms. We will study this block diagram with the help of the waveforms. So the incoming signal is a modulated RF signal. Electromagnetic waves are picked up by the antenna. These waves are converted into RF signal. This is the RF. Modulated signal is picked up by the antenna. It is applied to an RF amplifier. So this modulated signal is amplified in the level. So the signal level is increased. Then it is mixed with the local oscillator signal. This amplified RF signal is mixed with the local oscillator signal. So we are getting the difference between this oscillator signal and this incoming signal. So F0 minus Fs, we get Fi intermediate frequency. So the message which is there on RF signal are placed on intermediate frequency signal. The carrier now is the intermediate frequency signal. Irrespective of the incoming signal tuned, the message is placed onto an IF value so that the next circuits are common irrespective of the signals that we are receiving. This IF signal once again amplified in the IF amplifier to the level is increased. The signal level is increased so that it provides better sense selectivity. The message is there on 455 kilohertz in case of AM receiver. So it is amplifying 455 kilohertz on its band. So it is providing most of the front end selectivity. Not only that, sensitivity is also improved. So this amplified IF signal which contains the original message, it is nothing but a modulated signal which is there on the IF value. It is applied to a demodulator. The demodulator produces the envelope. We are making use of the envelope detector. This envelope is recovered back. It is nothing but an audio amplifier. This is applied to audio signal is applied to audio amplifier and power amplifier to increase the audio level and power level of the signal, and finally it is fed to the loudspeaker to get the information. RF signal with the help of the local oscillator signal converted into IF. IF signal is amplified. The message is recovered. Message signal is amplified and fed to the loudspeaker. Whatever may be the incoming RF signal, this message is placed onto an IF value so that the next circuits are common, and then we can provide better sensitivity, better selectivity through the super heterodyne receiver. That is why it is most popular type of receiver. Nowadays, we are making use of this heterodyning principle in all the commercial applications. What are the various blocks in super heterodyne receiver? Let us summarize what we have studied in super heterodyne receiver. It consists of receiving antenna, RF amplifier, mixer, local oscillator, IF amplifier, detector, audio amplifier, power amplifier, and loudspeaker. These are the various blocks in the super heterodyne receiver. The principle of operation is summarized like this in the super heterodyne receiver. The incoming signal combines with the local oscillator frequency. The output of the mixer is nothing but the difference of the incoming RF signal frequency and the local oscillator frequency, and is called as intermediate frequency. It is amplified and detected to produce the original information. Before detection, we have IF amplifier to amplify the IF signal. A constant frequency difference is maintained between the local oscillator and the RF input, normally to the ganged capacitive tuning. The IF amplifier provides most of the gain and bandwidth requirements of the receiver. The RF circuitry are used mainly to select the wanted frequencies and to reject all other unwanted frequencies. Let us summarize the function of each block. Receiving antenna is used to receive the electromagnetic wave. The received EM wave is converted into RF signal. It is fed to the RF amplifier. Single tune transformer coupled type is most commonly used for RF amplification. It takes the signal received through antenna. It selects the desired frequency and rejects all unwanted frequencies because of the tuning. It provides sufficient gain to the received signal. Practical RF amplifiers have the input and output tuning capacitors ganged each other and to the local oscillator. Then we have the mixer and the local oscillator. This stage converts the RF signal into IF signal. The output signal from the RF amplifier is coupled to the mixer. The other input to the mixer is from the local oscillator. The mixer produces a frequency equal to the difference between the local oscillator and the incoming RF signal frequency, called as IF. The IF is always constant irrespective of the incoming signal frequency. Irrespective of the channel tune, we always get an IF value constant. In case of AM receivers, the value of IF is 455 kilohertz. The functions of the IF amplifier, the output of the mixer is the IF frequency and it is applied to the IF amplifier. The IF amplifiers are tuned circuits that select the different signal only. The IF stage, when a practical receiver has 2 or 3 separate amplifiers all tuned to the same IF value. The IF amplifier provides most of the gain and bandwidth requirements to the receiver. Now we have the detector. The output of the last IF stage is fed to the detector. The detector recovers the original message signal from the modulated signal, which is in IF. The detector basically consists of a diode rectifier and a low-pass filter. The output of the detector contains DC component of the wave along with the message signal. Then we have the audio amplifier. The message signal recovered is applied to the audio amplifier. It amplifies the signal to the sufficient level. The output of the audio amplifier is given to the power amplifier. It raises the power level of the message signal to the sufficient level. The amplified signal is applied to the loudspeaker to reproduce the sound. The loudspeaker converts the electrical signal into sound to reproduce the original information. So it is shown in the form of the components here. We have antenna, local oscillator, mixer, RF amplifier, then IF amplifier, and then we have the detector circuit, and we have the audio amplifier, power amplifier, loudspeaker. So different blocks are shown in the form of the circuit components in this diagram. The advantages: uniform selectivity and sensitivity throughout the tuning band, no variations in bandwidth over the tuning range, sufficient adjacent channel frequency rejection, there is a good fidelity, and we have IF values for different systems. IF should neither be too high nor too low. An optimum value has to be selected based on the required application. Standard broadcast AM receivers having the tuning range of 530 kHz to 1640 kHz use as IF of 455 kHz. AM, SSB, and other receivers used for shortwave or VHF reception have first IF in the range from 1.6 MHz to 2.3 MHz. FM receivers using the standard 88 MHz to 108 MHz band uses an IF value of 10.7 MHz. Television receivers in the VHF band 15.4 MHz to 233 MHz, and in the UHF band 470 MHz to 940 MHz uses an IF between 26 MHz and 46 MHz. This IF value is different for different type of receivers like AM receiver, FM receiver, television receiver, radar receivers, microwave and radar receivers operating in the frequency from 1 to 10 GHz use IF depending on the application. The IF values are 60 MHz, 70 MHz, or 30 MHz. 70 MHz is most commonly used IF value for microwave and radar receivers. So in this video lesson, we have studied about a super heterodyne receiver in detail, where we have all the advantages: improved sensitivity, improved selectivity, and we have fidelity. Fidelity is provided by the audio amplifier, so we'll be getting the better signal recovery at the output of the super heterodyne receiver. Hence, super heterodyne receiver is almost commercially used in many of the applications. So we have IF value 455 kHz for AM receivers and 10.7 MHz for FM receivers. In the next class, we will study about the image frequency rejection ratio, and we also study how the message signal is recovered from the AM wave, what is the process of demodulation of AM, and we will also see in detail about the automatic gain control and how we can provide gain constant irrespective of the incoming signal variations due to the fading, and we will study in details about the different equipment like process of demodulation, AGC, in the next video lesson.